and provide some insight from the survivor's perspective. Dan is a friend of mine for well over 20 years now. He's my godfather and pretty special guy. Dan Derdowski, would you please come up and present some insight and words of wisdom? Okay, you got our attention.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, now that I've got your attention, they told me that I can talk about anything I want. So get comfortable, because I can talk for a long time.
Been here for a while, guys.
First thing I'd like to do before we even start, and one thing you learn when you're a survivor is you learn to talk to God, and you look for different things He sends to you. He does or she does, however you want to word that. And this morning, He sent a new friend of mine that I'd like to have come up here with me while we do our little talk, and her name's Sarah. So, because I guess you think of survivors as being somebody that's older. You know, you get cancer when you're older, you survive when you're older. But here is a good example of that's not true. She's a survivor, and I just found that out this morning. So, it hits all ages. It isn't just us older people. And when you talk about survivors and I thought to myself, what do you think of as a survivor? First thing you think of is being thankful. You thank God, but you also thank all of the people out there that have prayed for you, the caretaker. My wife took care of me, and she had cancer a few years ago, and I know I didn't do for her what she did for me, by no means. You're thankful for that. You're thankful for being able to get up in the morning and see all of this and the friends you have made over the years. There's part of it, and if you've been there, done that, either as a caregiver or had cancer, there's parts of the getting better that's not so hot. But you make it through it. And you find a lot of people that worry about you. A lot of people check on you. I can remember going to church, and there's one person that never really shows the emotion. And as he would come up front to go to communion, you always got a pat on your back, which meant a lot. There was another fella that usually it was a Saturday night, would always make it a point to come over and ask how I'm doing. Another guy, and you think of always women giving you hugs. You'd be surprised the men out there that are very soft-hearted, I'll put it that way. That, you know, you get these hugs that mean an awful lot to you. That's part of being the survivor. It isn't just this, okay, we're going to have another birthday, which I plan on at least another 29 before I start to think about giving it up. And you learn a lot about cancer. The type of cancer I had, there's 29 different types of it. So when somebody says, oh yeah, I've got cancer, or my friend has cancer, even though the first type of cancer is the same, but there's so many different variations of it. And another thing I seen this morning as we walked in, there's a sheet at the first tent. And I knew all of this because we volunteered for about 8 years at the Cancer Society in Bay City to put up t-shirts like we're wearing today and the different things. We went through all of this, but it refreshed my memory. And the one that really caught my attention is the one that if you need a wig, you can get a free wig from the Cancer Society. And heaven knows I need a wig. That was one I thought of really signing up for. But there's a lot of things from financial help to explanations that you just forget about. So it would be good if you stopped at that first tent and got one of those sheets if you don't have one. to refresh your memory. That's what the Cancer Society will do for you. Another thing I learned of going through all of this is that they told me when we started, my treatments are not just a shot in the dark and they hope it's going to work. Same for me, same for Sarah. But that it's tried and it's proven. You know, it's not just somebody guessing at will this work or will it not work. Part of the Cancer Society and the money they're collecting from here, things like this, all contribute to that. The research that goes into it. So, but I think the biggest thing for a survivor, for me anyway, and everybody's different, is the part about being thankful. Thankful you're still alive, thankful that we can see all this, and thankful for all the people that are involved in my life, whether it was my wife taking care of me, my friends, like Jeff said, he was the big guy over there that when you see him, he's joking around, or he's having fun, or he doesn't really admit he's going to give you a hug, but he will every chance as he sees you. And that's very important to a person like me, that, you know, what you're going through. So that's kind of what my opinion of a survivor is being thankful I'm here, thankful for all you people out there today for what you're doing. That's it. I don't know what else I could say. And thankful for my new friends.
Woo! Yay! Woo!